So today we are just going to learn about Indus Valley Civilization. This is also known as Harappan Civilization. Many historians also telling that this civilization also can be can be telling as in the Saraswati civilization, since a large number of population was actually based on the Saraswati river besides. Okay. So there is actually a controversy that which is the perfect name for this civilization, right? Now, in this video, mostly we are just going to cover the topic with the point basis, I can say, and afterwards just I will cover few WBCS questions in this video, mostly from past 5 years. Okay, so if I am talking about one civilization, first it is striking on our head that this civilization is how much old. So the most accepted period is, we can just tell like that, 2500 BC to 1750 BC. This is the most accepted period, I can just say. Okay. Afterwards, what is the size of that civilization? So if we are just going to see that whatever civilizations we are getting in this time periods, this was the biggest, largest civilization at that time. Okay, because at that time you have seen in the world history there is Mesopotamians, and there are other civilizations is also going on in the other part of the world. So it was the largest civilization at this era. Afterwards, we are just going to learn that who just termed that Indus civilization, who just termed the term Indus civilization. So the name of that famous person is John Marshall. Who is John Marshall? I am not going to cover in this video, but I hope that one day I will just cover this thing. Okay. So here, if we are going to see that the Indus civilization was spread over Sindh, Balochistan, Punjab. Punjab means nowadays after demarcation, the Punjab is just situated on India as well as Pakistan. Okay, so both the places in India as well as in Pakistan, we are going to find some sites of historical sites. But unfortunately, nowadays in the Pakistan, much excavations is not going on. So our information is, I can say, very, very, very much limited over here. Also, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Western UP, and Northern Maharashtra. Okay, so here, if we are just going to say like that, what is the exact northern most point and what is the southernmost point? Nowadays, if I am just going to draw this kind of line over here, from north to south, the civilization was around 1400 kilometers, and the northernmost point nowadays situated in Jammu and Kashmir, which is actually in India, and the place name is actually, we can say that, Manda, and this is situated beside the Chenab River. I am just writing that much of information which is required for this learning. Okay, not I am just completing any line. So if you are interested to learn these things, just complete those lines. And the southernmost point, I can say like that, it is actually situated in Maharashtra. The place is Daimabad. Maharashtra is also in India. You all know if you are Indian viewers, and the place is, so this is India, and the place is named as Daimabad. Okay, this is situated beside. Actually, we can say that Godavari River. But previously it was discovered much late. So previously there was different sites we were taking. The previous site was actually Ropar. Okay, so Ropar was considered as previously northernmost point when Manda was not discovered. Okay, afterwards here we can just, and here the southernmost point was considered as here Vagarthra. This is the southernmost point. Also, it was considered as previously. Okay. So this is the north to south dimension of the civilization. But what is the east and west dimension of the civilizations? We are just going to learn now only. Okay, so if we are just going to see that this Indus Valley civilization from west to east, this was much bigger than north to south. It was around 1600 kilometers, and in the west, if we are just going to consider, the place is actually Baluchistan. Pak now it is just Pak border with Afghanistan. Sukta Tender is that exact place name, which is not in our India. So if we are just going to see that this is actually Pak border with Afghanistan. And the easternmost point is here Alamgir, which is nowadays situating in UP, specifically Mirat. Also, some scholars are saying, and this is actually situated beside Hindan River. And this kind of questions are very common in PSC. You all will see that these river names are coming repeatedly, and Suktajender is actually situated beside Dasta River. Okay, so what is the mostly common, most southern east, south to north, and west to east? What is the main, what can I say, the spread of this civilization? One that you are getting at your mind. Okay, so next year we are just going to learn about the few important sites which has been excavated. Okay, so here we just most important sites are Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. From the name, it's very much clear. You all know, and Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. There is also Lothal, Suktajender, Elahatino, Balakot, and many more places. But here, since we are just going to learn about WBCS, okay, so we will just cover this much information which is required for our examination. Okay, so here for IBC, I can just say like that. I can just say like that. The important site is one is Harappa, next is Mohenjo-daro, afterwards you will get local, after that you will get Suttarendar, which is the most western side. Also you will get Radino Balakot. So if we are considered over here, these are also the port cities of Indus Valley civilization. Whereas these are the rest of the cities are mostly situated beside river. So here I am just going to just tell you few book names. You can follow Krishna Reddy for more. I can say the entire topic is just covered elaborately with maps and all. So this is a good book to read and study and make yourself prepared. Okay. Also for one liner type of question, I am just suggesting Lucen's book. Okay. So these are two books you can just follow. Also here we can see that there are one more side that Chan Hudaro, which is very important. Why it is important? We are just going to see that. So so sorry about the spelling. And many more like Kalibangan, Banawali, Dholabira, Surkotada, Daimabad. Okay, so let's go uh, to every city one by one and excavate more for our examination. Okay, so first of all, Indus Valley civilization means we can just say like that. Indus Valley civilization means first here the city is coming to our mind, that is Harappa. Okay, here Harappa, regarding Harappa, I want to say few things. In 1921, it was excavated. Okay, this was the first site which was excavated, and we get to know about the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, who just excavated? Dairam Sahani excavated this, and the modern day location, we are going to say that Montgomery district of Pakistan. Now, here, few more things we are just going to learn from Harappa mainly. That why it is considered as one of the important sites. We are just going to see that, and Harappa is just situated beside Ravi River, because how we are just get to know about our history. We are just get to know our history from not only the not only by the excavations, but here few things, few important, what can I say, findings are very very much important, which is just enlightening us that how great this IVC was. That means Indus Valley civilization was. Okay, so here we can say like that from here we are just getting the direct trade with Mesopotamia. Okay, so what we are just finding direct trade with Mesopotamia. Also, we are just going to see that the seal of swastik signs and ships. Swastik sign, I hope that you all know. Also, here we are just getting to know coffin burial. There are two types of burials are found in the history. One is very normal, just they have just excavated the floor and just they have just disposed the body as it is. And coffin burial just a little bit upgraded manner. Nowadays in the coffin they have just put the dead body and they have just buried it. Okay. So this is the first site already I told and single barak room. Now from single barak room what we are just getting to know. Single barak room actually enlightening us that these are the rooms for the labor class, okay? So that laborers are coming in the civilizations and they are staying for any purpose. What is the purpose? We don't know. But yes, this was there. Also, we can find many more things from here, which are just uh, red canary, okay, and male statue of dancing pole, okay. So yeah, that's all. So here we are just going to write which what else we are just going to find over has been find over here. Red granary, and one else is a male statue with dancing pole. This is great. So these are all about Harappa. I hope that this much information is good. Okay. Afterwards, we from IBC we are just going to learn about few more sites. Like first, I will cover about Mohenjo-daro. Okay. Now in Mohenjo-daro, if we are just going to see the word itself means as mound of jade. Okay. So the meaning of this word is mound of jade or witness to in Bengali. Here, if we this was much late means 1 year later than Harappa it was discovered in 1922 and the famous excavator you all know I hope that R.D. Banerjee or Rakhaldas Banerjee. And the location is it's also located in the Sindh Pradesh of nowadays Pakistan and situated beside Sindh River. But unfortunately, whatever information we have got earlier, those much information is available to us. Nothing new work is going on in for the civilization in the Pakistan occupied sites. Okay, Don't know why, but this is the scenario. So here, what we are just what are the findings? I hope that all of you have seen the famous movie of Mohenjo-daro, and you all are accustomed very with great bath. Okay, so here I want to tell one story. The bath was so great in that time. Already I have shared the timeline of this civilization. There was a system to just there was channel in the bath. By one channel the water was coming, and from that bath the polluted water or the dirty water was getting out from that bath with a single channel or drainage. This much of drainage system was there. Okay. In all throughout the Indus Valley civilizations, we have seen that grid system, 90-degree roads and houses, everything nowadays what we are just getting to know. But yes, these are just very good features of this civilization and great granaries. So others findings are including bull seal, bronze dancing girl, multiple assembly hall, and Lord Possibility seal. Here I want to talk about bull seal. This seal actually revealing the Mesopotamian technology, right? So from here we can just get to know that yes, with the civilization, the trade was going on with Mesopotamia. And one information I am just going to give you that Mesopotamians called these people of this civilization as Media. Okay. The Secrets of Melua is a famous book. I hope that you all have read the famous book by Amish Tripathi. Yes, the Melua Mesopotamian peoples used to call the Indus Valley civilizations people. Okay, so on the next, we are just going to moving on to the next site, Chanhudaro. Okay, so Chanhudaro is actually located beside the Sindh River, also like as Mohenjo-daro. Exact location nowadays Sindh Pradesh, Punjab, and 1934 it was excavated by another Bengali historian Gopal Majumdar. So here, while we are just considering Chand Hudaro, just you will just relate this with makeup product. Okay. So here I am just requesting you that you will remember the history like that. Makeup products means here from the findings you all get to know that bead making factories are just they have been found means there has been found use of lipstick, comb, black liner, clay model of four-wheeler and bronze roof chariot. Now here regarding comb, I want to say like a few things that there was in the findings there were two types of comb. One is wooden comb and another is elephant tooth comb. Now, from this, the social demarcation between the rich and poorer people was clear. The richer people used that elephant tooth comb, whereas the poorer people used the wooden comb. Okay, so this type of demarcation was also there on this side. Okay, so next here we are just going to read about next site. Next site I am just going to take as Ropar. Okay, now Ropar is situated in Sindh Pradesh, Punjab, but this is in India. Okay, or more precisely, Punjab, India is okay. Okay, and here uh, excavation years was done in 1953 to 55, and excavator was I can say Yagadatto Sharma, or mostly he has been referred as Y Sharma throughout the papers, I can say. Also, the river is Satluj. Means Ropar is situated beside Satluj River, and you know that this is one of the tributary of Singh. Okay, why Ropar is important? From the year, you can just get to see that in 1947 India got independence. Okay, and after this was the first After this was the first site in Independence India which has been excavated. Okay, so from here we have just found out few interesting things here. Here we found out a dog with a man who they both had buried. Okay, so from here just I think the people just followed like that. The dog is the pet or something like that. The dog was also following the his, what can I say, his or her master after the death also. Okay, and here we are finding some buildings which are made by stone and soil made. Okay, so again the social demarcation is very much clear from the material they have been used. Okay, now next important topic just we are just going to read, that is actually Lothal. Okay, so Lothal is very much important, and why I am writing by like this color you will just get to know. Lothal is nowadays Gujarat, situated in Gujarat, India. Okay, and this is one of the important dockyard in the Indus Valley civilization, or more precisely, Gujarat, India, Ahmedabad, I can say. And when it was just found out, it was found out in the year 1955 to 62. Okay, and excavator was no means that time excavator was Ranganath Rao, and it is situated beside the river Bhogwa. Okay, so this is not a much important questions regarding PSC, but regarding Lothal, one thing I want to say that this site is excavation that time done. Also nowadays, also the excavation is still going on. Now in the Lothal, many interesting thing we are just finding out. Okay, we just find out. Okay, so from the Lothal what we have just found out one dockyard. Okay, and the structure of the dockyard is very interesting. Okay, this that time they have just built the dockyard in such a way that is actually quite resembling nowadays technology. Not nowadays, not like sensor and all, but yeah, that time. Think about it was just we are talking about around 4,000 years before. Okay, so dockyard we are they have just found out in the findings. Also, bead making factory has been again found out. Again, we can say like that painted jar, fire altar. Now, fire altar, from the fire altar, I can say like that fire altar is what? Fire altar is actually for rituals in the Hindus. You all have seen that they are just doing the yoga, everything in beside of the fire. Okay, and this fire for to burn the woods and oils and trees. Just we are having some place. These are actually fire altars. Okay. And for Lothal, one thing I interestingly I should say that this Lothal is actually known as Manchester of IBC. Ahmedabad is also nowadays also known as Manchester of India. That time, from that time, it was the Manchester. See, okay. And one important thing we have just find out that first evidence we are finding out of rice cultivation from this side. Rice has been just those historians got from every side, but here we are, these are the first site where they have got to know that rice was also cultivated that time. Okay, so here interesting fact I want to say, one interesting facts I want to say to all of you. Only in Chanhudaro, there was no evidence of citadel. The citadel has not been found in the only city of Chanhudaro. Okay, so this type of questions are coming in PSC mostly. That which city from the billowing, in which city or which sites we didn't find any evidence of Chanhudaro, evidence of citadel. Sorry. So this kind of questions are coming in PSC. You all know. Next topic, we are just going to read about Kalibangan. Okay. Now Kalibangan is situated in the Rajasthan and also beside the Khagar River. Okay. It was excavated in 1953 and 1961. Amalananda Ghosh was the first excavator who has just excavated this site in 1953. Dr. Bibilal and B.K. Thapar just the excavator at 1961. Okay, so what I just told, just I am just going to write that this is the site of Rajasthan. Rajasthan, it's India. So the summary of Kalibangan is over here. Here we got plowed fields, also fire altars showing the cult and sacrifice used to perform. And actually, I can relate this with bones of camels. Now you are telling me why? Because fire altars and bones of camels, how it is just related. Now, how the bones of camels are found in this site? These bones of camels are actually kept in a jar like mud jar or mud vessel like this structure. Now, wood is a now camel is a very big, what can I say, animal. So camel will not come by walking and just to go inside a jar or a vessel, right? So from these 2 points, we came to know that they are just doing some tantra, mantra, like these type of things over there. Okay. Now, brick wall around Citadel and Lower Town. There was a means quite clear social demarcations between the hierarchy of the society and lower persons over there. And this is Kalibangan, why you will remember. In the entire Indus Valley civilization, we have found out the drainage system was very, very good. But Kalibangan is the only site where you will not find out any kind of drainage system. So here I am just writing it very big so that you all can remember it. No drainage system. Okay, so these are all about Kalibangan. Next is Banawali. We are just going to read about. So Banwali is one of the sites which is located in Hisar, nowadays Haryana. The year of excavation was 1973 to 74. Excavator was RS based. Okay. In this is important. Why? This is important because three phase of the Harappan civilization was found. Okay, and this is important for finding high quality of barley. And this is also informs three phase of Harappan culture has been found. Okay. Next, we are just going to Dholavira, which is actually situated in the Gujarat or Kutch region, more precisely. It was excavated in the 1960 to 61. The nearest river is Luni, and excavator was J.P. Joshi. Why we are just remembering Dholavira, giant water reservation reservoir found. Okay, so at that time they know how to harvest water. Maybe they are just storing rainwater or from any river they are just storing the water. How they are just storing we don't know properly. But from water reservation reservoir, it is very clear that they are just using that water for the later purpose, right? And here we are also finding out what unique water harvesting system. Okay. Now here I want to say that an encryption we have just found out. Okay. Now mostly the Harappan language is not deciphered nowadays, but if scientists, historians has been told that they have found almost 1270 270 letters or whatever they are using. Letter means what? A to Z, how many letters are there? A to Z, suppose there is 26 letters, and if we are just go to consider of like this, these are how much? 43. So like this 270 letters they have just found out, not in this encryption, but entirely in the Indus Valley civilizations they have found out. And this encryption was looks like nowadays modern, what can I say, signboard, a big advertisement signboard. Also, here we have found out the three phases. That means pre-Harappan, mature Harappan, and post-Harappan has been found out. And here, all the bricks, whatever wherever I have just means you are going to see all the bricks are mostly terracotta, or it has been dried out in the sunlight. Okay, but here mud bricks has been found out. So these are all about these sites. So going to the next site, that is Rakhighari, which is one of the most important sites. Why it is important? The this is actually comprising of 350 hectares. Nowadays, also researchers are going on with the joint of ASI and also Kharagpur IIT. So this is a very big site, the largest IVC site. That for that reason we can say like that this is largest IVC site. Okay. So this is situated where? This is situated nowadays Haryana, and The Ghakkar Harka river system beside it is situating, and excavator is Amarendra Nath. Okay, here we are just find out a similar, not the exactly the dancing movement. Here a very similar structure we have been found out, and quite similar but a little thin. Okay, so next here we are just going to read about Surkotada. Okay, so the location is Bhuj, which is in Gujarat. You all know what the Bhuj. This was actually discovered in 1964. The river is Saraswati. Okay, means it is situated beside. Excavator is again JP Joshi. Okay, so JP Joshi has excavated two sites, Tholavira and Sukotada. Like this, you have to mind map everything and findings of bones of horse and graveyards. Okay, but that doesn't mean that Harappan just used the horse. Okay, bones of horse and graveyard we just found out. Elephant bones also here found out. Also wolf bones. Now what is the from wolf bones we are get to know? Wolf bones we are getting to know that they have might have made the wolf as their pet. Okay. So next is one important thing we are just important site we are just going to learn about, that is Kotiji. Okay, so this cottage is situated beside beside the river Sindh, sorry, Gure and Fazal Ahmed. Fazal Ahmed is a famous historian of Pakistan. Okay, so they have been found out in 1835. It was, I think, 1935. It should be in 1955 it was has been found out. Okay, now why cottage is important here, we have just found out that obviously this is in Pakistan beside Sindh river, and mostly Harappan sites are situated beside Pakistan. Okay, situated in Pakistan beside Sindh river mainly. So here we are just finding out stone made house. Okay, also unbaked mud brick. This is also a pre-Harappan site, I can say. Also, here we are just find out some ornaments made by bronze. Okay, so here we can just consider like that they are using bronze as their main metal. Okay, this type of questions are coming in WBCS or any PSC or in any competitive exam, that Harappan doesn't know the use of which metal. There will be four options, so iron will be there. Because in the late Vedic period, we have seen that they have learned how to use, not Harappan exactly, because there is a controversy that Harappans are already shifted in the Vedic civilizations or not. Okay, so Vedic people are using iron as their metal. Okay, so last here we are just going to hear about Rangpur. Okay, so Rangpur is situated in Gujarat, beside the river Mother. Okay, in 1931 and 1953 and 54, it was has been excavated by first M.S. Vatsa and S.R. Rao later. Here also two phases of Harappan culture we have been find out, and here yellow and grey color pots has been find out. Metal tools, so weapon like arrowhead, axe has been find out. Terracotta and semi precious beads has been find out. And from the beads we are just going to see that on the next video, that many important things are there in the next video. So we are just going to cover those things on the next video. Okay, so please tune on my channel for knowing more facts about history and any other subjects. Thank you very much for watching.